Last year on an honorable mention, he has jumped up so many spots to being a top five corner in the league and very well deserving. Could it be the system? Maybe. Could it be that he plays for the Niners and they just put him in the right position at the right times? Definitely. But you don't teach improving an NFL player just based on a team. They have to want to work for. They're gonna have to want to become better. And this is a guy that really did not pick off many people. He was a great tackling guy, but that was kind of all he was. This year he's made himself into a pretty great tackler, pretty good cover corner, and can be a ball hawk. So that's why he's the number right here, super high up with the jump. Travaris Ward, 29 years old, 6 years in the league. He's got 1 year, $13.5 million left on the deal. Had 17 games played, 72 tackles, one forced fumble, five interceptions, one for the touchdown, 23 pass deflections against Green Bay, Detroit, and the Chiefs. He had 10 tackles and a pass deflection. Great year that ended up him being a Pro Bowl and a second team All Pro. So overall, well deserved. Definitely a guy that you want on your team. Niners are lucky to have him. They're gonna have to pay this man though eventually. So will they pay him or will he go somewhere else? We'll see. But seeing him this year, it's gonna be really good to see him. And just he really is a very underrated piece to the 49ers defense. Before, it's Sauce Gardner. Last year, honorable mention. This year, he jumped up super high. I love Travis Ward, and that's honestly because he showed me something. His rookie year, he was an All Pro as a rookie. That's crazy. And this year, I mean, is still an All Pro, and he was able to show the ability of what he has and what he can do on every Sunday. The Jets made a great pick when they drafted this guy. I think it's going well. I do believe this is like their new Darrell Revis for them. They definitely have had a great history of corners out there in New York in the Jets organization. So Sauce Gardner, um, just a baller, dude, a baller, a tall corner that just has so much playmaking abilities and is definitely not shy from defending some of the best receivers in the game. So Sauce Gardner, well deserved here. 23 years old, 2 years in the league, 2 years, $9 million on his rookie deal. 16 games that he played, 57 tackles, one forced fumble, 12 pass deflections, and two and a half stuffs. This man is a Pro Bowler, and he got first team All Pro, and I believe this is his second straight year being there. So really crazy for a 2 year guy to be able to do that and impact his team. But Sauce Gardner definitely impacts the Jets defense, and they should be happy with where they were able to get him. And it's really paid dividends for them having a guy like Sauce Gardner, who was your corner number one. Number three, Jair Alexander. Last year was number four. Went up in ranking just because he's been able to prove it on a year-to-year basis that he is one of the top corners in the game. Jair Alexander, I mean, he is a smart football player. Definitely does a little bit of everything, and it's definitely a guy that Green Bay definitely relies on to make some good plays for him. Definitely gonna be a huge impact for him in terms of their standing projection and how far they can go. I think they are a playoff team, but how far can this team go? They're gonna need a healthy Jair Alexander for that. So Jair, though, as long as he's healthy, I do believe he is, you know, even at best, number two, man. Even can go up for number one. Overall, he's number three right now. 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 3 years, $52.3 million in the contract. 7 games he played this year, 27 tackles, one forced fumble, and five pass deflections with two stuffs. Against Dallas and San Fran, he had 12 tackles, an interception, and a pass deflection. A guy that has Pro Bowl potential, a guy that's All Pro potential. and a guy that deserves to be in this countdown and definitely high on the countdown. He really is one of the best corners in the game, and hopefully he can stay healthy and show us where he's at. And I could see him honestly going higher on the list. Moving on to number two, it's Patrick Surtain the second. Yeah, he's honestly incredibly hard to dissect. Definitely a guy that you need to watch a lot of study on. As a receiver, you're going to have to try to create separation against this guy who is great at playing on the ball, great playing one on one, man on man. Great zone coverage guy. He's just a really good football player, a good high IQ kind of guy, and someone that Denver, obviously holds high in high regards to. So he has balled out. He has been amazing. He has been a super big force for the Denver defense. So I mean, you're looking at Patrick Surtain. Yeah, he definitely deserves to be number two. And honestly, I could see him being number one sooner rather than later. You're looking at Patrick Surtain, 24 years old, 3 years in the league, 2 years, $23.3 million in the contract, 17 games that he played, 69 tackles, 11 interceptions, or one interception, excuse me, 12 pass deflections, and one stuff. Pro Bowler. Definitely all pro potential, absolutely. Definitely a guy that like I said, can be a number one, best corner in the league kind of guy. So overall, though, he did prove to be very effective this year. I do want to see more of his interception numbers go up, but they don't try him. They don't try him because every time they do try him, he definitely goes up there. Follows the main guy, and he'll bat it down. He'll bat it down. He'll figure some way out to make sure that there are no yards, especially on him. One and still number one, retaining that spot, Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, he's definitely been a guy that I do believe hasn't been the same animal since Jacksonville. Went to LA, did his thing. Definitely, kind of a little bit digressed with in terms of getting burnt. Um, and that wasn't great to see that. Got moved to Miami, and I don't believe he's really had the ability of showing a full-on season where he can really look at the numbers and be like, damn. But he is a damn kind of player just because, I mean, regardless of where he's at, he's a game changer. You get a Jalen Ramsey in there, it's like there is a definitely huge upgrade on the defensive side of the football because of his impact, because of the ability of what he's able to do on the field. When he's on the field, I mean, he's shut down. And he definitely is a pick artist. So overall, though, I mean, this is a really good time for him to be number one. There's a lot of corners out there that are going to get better. They're gonna, they got more experience, and I do believe that Jalen Ramsey's reign at number one might be up for debate in next couple of years, especially with the health, if his health diminishes. But he's still number one in my eyes. He's still impactful. He's still the best corner in the game. 29 years old, 8 years in the league, 2 years, $45.6 million. He did play 10 games, had 22 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 5 pass deflections. Against Kansas City, he had 5 tackles and a pass deflection, and he earned himself a Pro Bowl. So Miami, very lucky to have this guy. Definitely believe that he's going to have a huge impact for his team, and I'm super stoked for him.